I think for the second half of this career mode, I think I'm going to be making some changes, some reasonable changes. I think instead of doing a 50% race, I'm going to be reducing it to 25%, just so I can get the my team videos like out more consistently, as 50% is longer to edit, and I do have a lot of other videos in the works. So I think in order for me to get this series finished and to get the videos out more, because obviously the lack of my team videos and all that has just been pretty grown apart, so we're going to be reducing it for 25% races, and I think for the final race of the season I might put it back to 50%. Yeah, we'll see, but for now, just to make it easier for the second half, we're just going to put 25%. I mean, nothing really happens much in 50% races in our career mode anyway, so I don't think it makes a difference. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get to round 9.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lightning lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Max Verstappen and Vettel, Norris, Hamilton, Ocon and Daniel Ricciardo, Armstrong, Gasly, Kevin Magnussen and Tsunoda, Bottas, Schwartzman, Oscar Piastri and Alex Albon, Stroll, Mick Schumacher, Joe and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
Alright, here we are then for the Austrian Grand Prix, or should I say the sprint race, actually, yeah. Here we are then for the sprint race for the Austrian Grand Prix, and we are in provisional pole ahead of Charles Leclerc, and we have 6 laps ahead. Obviously, if you haven't watched the last video of my team, be sure to check the link below, or if it's not there for whatever reason, go on my channel and see for yourself. It's in the playlist. It's always updated. Anyways, we had a wet qualifying, so that went in our favour. And now we're going to be starting off, hopefully, back-to-back wins. I don't even know anymore, bro. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this race.
Here we go then. The formation lap is underway ahead of today's sprint. As all the cars take their positions on the grid, the final preparations have been made, and all that's left is for the drivers to deliver on track.
Okay, here we are then for the Austrian Grand Prix sprint race version, actually. Lights out, and away we go, getting off to a pretty slow start. Very slow as Russell goes flying past to the side and on Charles Leclerc, and he goes takes it into turn 1, and we get side pod damage from, I think that was Carlos Sainz.
The underbody's taken a little
And it was,
damage,
he had front wing damage. And that is not how we wanted to start the race into turn 1. We've dropped all the way down into 8th place. Now, Daniel Ricciardo absolutely sending it. And we get more damage from Kevin Magnussen. So this just went from bad to worse. Oh my, look at the size I slide
Great
into.
start, but let's get back on track.
I think this is turn 4. No, it might be turn 3, but yeah, Ricciardo absolutely sending it on his teammate there. But Lando's still ahead. Has a come off Hamilton. Jesus Christ. is not how I wanted it to go. The car still feels okay, but not the best. Magnussen and Sainz in the pits. Verstappen and Vettel battling, slowing each other up, so this will help us. We do get a run. Hamilton. Look at this. Having to slam on the brakes, we get more damage. We do get past and we just... Oh lord.
That was far too aggressive, mate. Clean passes only. We don't want a
Yeah,
penalty.
this wasn't the best. Ricciardo now has front wing damage. Bro, this is such a messy sprint race, I tell you. There's a yellow flag, something's going on in the back.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's
There's a
too
safety
low.
car,
We're gonna
virtual
risk a
safety car,
penalty.
so something's
Slow your
happened.
pace immediately.
Hamilton's out of the session. Well, that's a shock.
Virtual
All right.
safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Clear.
Wait, where's Vettel?
Gap to your teammate behind.
I just realised that Vettel's behind us.
Seconds.
Wait, what?
Fresh softs. They're in 18th. The time last lap was a 1:34.5.
Wait, did Seb get damaged? When? Anyways, round the final corner, it's not going to be Charles Leclerc that wins this sprint. It's going to be George Russell who wins the Austrian Grand Prix sprint. Meanwhile, we've got Armstrong ahead. Okay. Makes no contact. More to add. If we come home in 5th, and that's where we're going to be starting tomorrow.
Race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Lightning, Marcus Armstrong, and Gasly, Ocon, Bottas, Oscar Piastri, and Yuki Tsunoda, Mick Schumacher, Leclerc. They've taken a grid penalty. Robert Schwartzman and Stroll. Latifi, Joe, Alex Albon and Sebastian Vettel. Ricciardo, Sainz, Magnussen and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Alright, after a disastrous sprint race, let's just hope that that this will be a better clean race for us. I don't want to get more side pod damage throughout this. It's going to be a piss take. Anyways, I got to get used to the fact that I can't use Rich Mix because I've been playing too much F1 2019. So we're going to lower the fuel amount. And yeah, let's just hope that this will be a clean but entertaining race.
The formation lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle in for the race ahead, making sure that their car is ready for the battle once the lights go out. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Alright, here we go then for the big event, the Austrian Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Lights out on the way we go, getting up to a steady start. I say that. Armstrong on the side. Verstappen think are going to time. We try to avoid them too. So while Gasly and Armstrong are batting ahead, Verstappen's the only one on medium in the front of the pack. George Russell has a clean exit. He comes from the leaders with Verstappen, sends it down the inside of Norris. Yeah, the flag's behind. Get a steady exit, they're going to try and go and push.
Okay,
There's a safety car and Vettel's out of this race.
Lots of loose debris on the track. The safety car is
No.
being deployed.
After a win in the last race, it's been a disastrous weekend for Vettel. Oh my god. Seriously? Oh my days.
Sebastian's got a problem. He's out of the race.
Well then. So one of the Williams is in the pit, so I think they might have got damage from Vettel, I'm not sure. I don't know who was involved. Yeah, Albon's in the pits. Russell still leads, following Norris, Verstappen, ourselves, Gasly, Armstrong, Bottas, Ocon, Tsunoda and Piastri in the top 10, so both Haas in a decent position. Leclerc down in 13th, so he must have had a penalty from the sprint, I think. I don't even know. Yeah, both Ferraris out of the top 10. Hamilton were down in 20th. You've got to look back and see what's happened, because I don't even know myself. Alright, safety car coming in this lap. So, we did save a good amount of fuel throughout.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So, we need a good start. And that was an amazing start with a slingshot.
Green flag.
Side by side with Verstappen. We're going to try to set into turn 1. Verstappen's not giving up. We do get past. That was an amazing safety car restart. Just how I wanted it to be planned. We're up into the podium slot.
Strategy available on the MFD.
What?
Got
Nah.
that confirmed.
I'll stick with mine.
Approaching the pit window,
Take a
and
fast
you're going to be
lap.
on mediums.
Nice move around the outside of Norris. Tried to give him as much space as possible so we didn't make contact. So, lovely.
Okay, we think the underbody's incurred some slight damage, but nothing
What?
too serious for the moment. Just be careful.
Oh, come on!
We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Are you kidding me? Oh, for crying out loud.
Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
Yes, Mark, you don't need to tell me, I already gathered. Alright, into the pits to go. Jesus Christ, just about getting into the speed limit. Armstrong gassing the rest of the pits. Good turn in.
We had an issue removing the right
Oh
rear wheel.
my God.
I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race.
For fuck's sake!
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Can this get any worse?
Okay, you have damage to the rear diffuser. Performance will be noticeably worse beyond this point, I'm afraid.
Oh, it looks like he's ahead. Fuck's sake. And Norris is ahead. Brilliant. Beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Oh, please tell me we're going to get ahead of Verstappen, for fuck's sake, I swear to God. He's on hard tyres. How are we behind him? Oh my God.
The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
Alright, up into third place.
Great manoeuvre, you made it look so easy.
Oh, for crying out loud. How we didn't make contact there, I don't even know. Verstappen parking the bus. Red Bull doing some tactics because now his teammate's right behind me. I'm in a Red Bull sandwich. What? Oh. What the fuck? Okay, safe. Really?
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Are you serious right now? Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, safety car out. So Verstappen in third, Russell currently leading this race. He just has to hold off Lando Norris and the rest of the pack for another 2-3-4 laps, I don't know. Alright, safety car once again in this lap for the second time. We've got 2 racing laps remaining. We've got damage limitation and apparently low fuel, but we have 3.53 in the tank, so alright. Right, we need to try and make the best of what we have to deal with here. Yeah, a bit of a wide exit. It's just a boat like driving this car. Anyway, green flag running. I'm gonna absolutely send into turn 1. A bit too much, we just pushed Verstappen off. And then Armstrong ahead of her now. That was a bit cheeky from me. I can't lie, but that was a bit of payback. So we are in third place, we just have to hold on for one more lap. And and I think we'll just about survive. As once again, for the second time around Austria, it's going to be a Mercedes victory for George Russell as he wins the Austrian Grand Prix. Lando Norris comes in second place, and we come home in third despite having so much damage. Jesus Christ.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take the top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes. Lightning increases their championship lead. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Well, it's got to be Kevin Magnussen. He displayed exceptional skill out on the track today and wasn't afraid to fight his way through the pack.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. No change in the top spot then, but with today's points, their hold on that lead is getting weaker. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
I mean, despite a pretty dirty weekend, we managed to bring home 20 points, so that's not bad. It does help us as we extend our lead, and the gap between ourselves and Verstappen, 69 points, love the number, and Vettel, 71. Vettel with a pointless weekend. Yeah, that's just unlucky for Seb. But yeah, George Russell with 33 points, that would definitely help him and Mercedes in the Drivers and Constructors Championship. Lando Norris with a podium as well. So yeah, I'd say it's a pretty okay weekend with what we had to deal with. But yeah, the win was up for grabs, but yeah. Anyways,